I thought I'd take a few minutes to just capture some thoughts that I had running around in my mind regarding Monday morning motivations and some of the methods that can be used to get the most out of your Monday mornings. It's funny to think that Mondays tend to get such a bad rap. Sometimes it even makes you ask the question, why is that? Why are Mondays so feared? Why are Mondays so dreaded? Why do Mondays bring the Sundays? You know what the Sundays are. Yeah, after all the fun is said and done, that feeling that you get as you start to kind of wrap up the weekend in your head and start to look ahead at the next day where maybe responsibility awaits or obligation that you're just not particularly looking forward to. So when Mondays bring the Sundays, sometimes that can be a little bit tricky. And to then get the right mindset, the right motivation, especially on a Monday morning, is important. And right now I'm taking a break here on a Monday morning to capture some of the things that I do. And I think a Monday is a Monday is a Monday. And it doesn't matter if it's a new year or the first of the month or a holiday or your birthday. Monday comes around very cyclically, very much in a routine fashion. And I think we can look at that as that organic reset of the week, of your own cycles on a week to week basis. And so giving some thought to what we do on a Monday morning to motivate ourselves is important, because as we get older or as we become more mature, I think that we become aware of options to kickstart your Monday, which are commonly, buried in a few cups of coffee, but not quite avoiding that thought. It's realistically that, we can look at ways to kickstart our day. Some are more creative than others. Some are better for us than others. But looking at how we go about that is important, and to kind of step back and look at how your own Mondays go. And if you like your Mondays, if you don't like your Mondays, if not, why not? And say, how can I reset? How can I rearrange? How can I reframe the way I look at Mondays to maybe get the most out of them? Because it is the start of the week, kind of got to win the day to win the week. And you want to get your week off to a good start, don't you? So you maybe want to get your first day of the week off to a good start, because that's how you start to create that momentum. And looking at how we put together our own Monday morning motivations and the methods that we follow to do that is important, because some of them are just so simple that it's really a function of being aware that they exist. Sometimes that phrase, out of sight, out of mind, comes into play, where if you're just not thinking about it, if it's just not in front of you, you might not give it the go that it needs. And so I'll just run through a couple of things that I'm thinking about in my mind right now that can get your day started, that can get you going, that can get things moving. And number one is motion. Number one is motion. I mean, just move. You think about a Monday morning when it's the start of the year or the middle of the winter. It's cold outside. The alarm clock goes off way too early. It's still dark. You're cozy in bed. You're snuggling. You don't want to get up. You don't really want to start. You aren't ready to face the world just yet because it's less comfortable than your current comfort level, So as you think about that, sometimes just getting going, just creating that motion, because you know what? Even if you're a little chilly Billy, you get moving enough, you're going to warm up. Right? So whether you grab that robe by the side of the bed, or you hop in that hot shower, or you just start moving around, you get the heat turned on, start moving in place, jumping jacks, whatever it takes to get that, to get the heat going, to get the motion going, to get the movement going, the energy flowing, that can be one of those first steps. You'd be surprised. Just move, get things in motion. They don't need a kickstart, right? But it is important to look at that and say, how can I get that motion going? Maybe you don't want to lace up the tennis shoes and run around, but you could slide on those bedroom slippers and just walk with a little bit more pep through the house as you get the day going, as you walk to the heater or to the fridge to grab some water, start hydrating, really getting things moving internally, give your body what it needs. When you've been asleep for 8 hours, you're finished, you're essentially in like a fasting state. You've been in a dreaming state, you know? There's things that you got to do to kind of snap out of it and wake up. Mind, body, your spirit, your whole psyche, your energy, that's got to get going. So when I think about that, just getting going, hydrating, some like a little tea, a little coffee, some like a little breakfast. Everyone's a little bit different, but getting things going, stepping outside, feeling nature against your face, a little cold, brisk air to wake you up, maybe some warm air. Take a deep breath in. Be glad to be alive. Simple things can help you to get your Monday started right, especially from a motivation standpoint. If you get going, you start getting blood flowing through your body, that's going to be energy right there. You get blood flowing through your brain. You get the right outlook, start to think about the day that you want to have, how it's going to go. Give that positive outlook, start to manifest the desired outcome. These are things that can really help to shape the day. So your thoughts aren't stagnant, your body's in motion, the mind's in motion. Next thing you know, you're able to really take the opportunity to, fuel that mind, right? And I'm not talking about necessarily breakfast here. I'm talking about positive inputs, some inputs to your mind that are going to support your goals, your mission, your good feelings, right? Things that are going to support you. It makes sense. So looking at some of your mental input, because if you don't have the right mental inputs, you got to be aware of how that's going to affect and impact everything else. So make sure that you're set up in a way that the inputs you have coming into your mind are going to resonate with the movement that you've got going on with your body, right? You don't want to get your body in motion and then put things into your mind that are really going to create stress, fear, anxiety, discouragement, right? You want to put the things in alignment that you want to come together. The inputs play a huge role. And when you get your mind in motion and body and in harmony, your actions become that much more powerful. And that's the key thing to focus on here is the power of the mind, the body working together, that good attitude, putting that energy out there to get after it. That's where you really start to win the day. And so I thought I'd share a couple of those things just to get them out of my head, the motion, the hydration, get things going, get things moving, get some good mental inputs. If you got things on your mind, or if your day or your week has a lot ahead, the day has a lot ahead, take a couple of minutes to just write down a few of those things. Get that brain dump. That might help you to prioritize a few things and say, okay, listen, there's X number of hours in a day. It may feel for whatever reason like there's a million things to get done. What's the number one thing I need to get done to feel like today's a success? Or maybe there's the top 3 or top 5. What's that short punch list that you can tackle to make you feel accomplished? If that is a component of your Monday that might throw you off or add a little bit more to your plate. And so just looking at different things and how you can break down the size of obligations or opportunities to make the most out of your Monday or the best of your Monday, that's really where the strength lies in looking at the landscape, making sure you understand what's out there ahead of you, get your head right, get your mind right, get your body right, to make sure that you're in harmony to move forward. It's like a journey each day. And I think when you look at the journey of the week, sometimes just that mental reset, because sometimes we all might slip and stumble a little bit with our regular habits. But if we can take the time to get our Mondays back on the right track, get a motivated mindset Monday and manifest the things that you want, then getting in motion and getting those right mental inputs, getting your mind set, getting your body set all together and going after it is going to be something that really starts to make you feel a lot better. And when you feel good, you heal good, you're good to go from the inside out, and you're in a much better position to just get after your goals, the things that are most important for you, and to feel unimpeded about anything that you seek to do or accomplish. You just don't have the weight on your shoulders or the dark clouds of a lacking motivation. If nothing else, you're doing the basic things to make sure that your motivation and your energy is high, and that allows you to accomplish the things that you set out to, so that every day is essentially successful because you're moving forward towards your goals and not getting stagnated and just deciding to opt out of applying effort that day. So for what it's worth, I'm hoping that somebody out there gets their motivation for this Monday and maybe every Monday by keeping a couple simple things in mind that you might be able to write down, post up, place in an easily visible location, put an alarm or reminder on some sort of device to tell you if you need that friendly nudge, or even accountability partner that can help assist. But the key is to assess your own Mondays. And if there's opportunity for improvement, right? Better is possible. Good's not enough, right? Just something to keep in mind if you're looking for that extra little bit of assistance to get your Mondays off to a better start. So until next time, this is your host, Drew Davis, signing off of Learn How to See Better. It's the only podcast out there that'll improve your vision the longer you listen. Thanks for listening. Catch you on the next one.